Who wants to wait for the last 10 seconds anyway? Hello, how are we? Better put my my trusty sponsor's hat on. Nice to see everyone. What's happening? We're here, we made it. The reason I'm doing this an hour later than everybody else is because I had to run home from work. So there you go. How's things? Is everybody all right? Everybody doing well? Are we hyped for this? Are we hyped for this? I honestly, talk about never taking anything for granted. I am so privileged to be able to do this. I am so lucky. And because of you lot and the support you give me of the channel, this is why we're here. And I kind of... today is about, I don't know, just looking through stuff, getting our heads around stuff, you know, ask the questions. I've got a load of videos backed up, ready to come out over the next few days as well. But we're here. We did it. We finally made it. We've been hanging on for this for a long time since the announcement, haven't we? I think we've all been kind of champing at the bit to get this. So can we get started? We can get started, Merida. What map do we want to start on, folks? Call it. Well, we've got two options here, and again, it gives you a chance to see some of the menus and stuff. What do you want to see? Kayla YT, can I win FS25? Potentially you can, yes. Potentially you can. So there's a few nice touches in here. You've got new farmer, obviously, farm manager, and start from scratch. No changes there. Start money, you can choose how you start with your money. So you can give yourself a little bit more of a challenge on 100k, or you can go up to $1 million. Same with loans. You can adjust the amount of loan you have to start with, which is a nice touch. Economic difficulty, as you were. You can have a start farm, or you can start even with new farmer. You don't have to have a. You don't have to have a farm. You can go and buy that straight off the bat. So, Big Boy Crummer is saying Riverbend, Hootan, US Hootan. Oh, it's close. It's close. It is close. Helios Gaming, this is the full release version that people will get next week. Unless they do some updates, they may do some patches. They've been patching it daily. Oh my goodness. Do you know what? We'll do a bit of both. As we're on Hootan, we'll do that first. We're not going to hang around any longer. There's your mods, how you select those as well. Government subsidy is already in the mod hub. This is a little bit of a hack from 82 Studios. Shout out to him for sorting me with that for just some testing, which has been awesome. And there we go. There we go. Right. Get it loaded up. Hopefully my cameras and stuff are not in the way here. If so, we might have to tweak some stuff. Already modding the game, it didn't take long. Tim, I don't like seeing all these live streams, so I'm boycotting them today. You want to play now? A lot of people do. It's been removed from the mod hub already. There you go. Anton de Villiers, there are 3 maps to start with. Hootan Pantai, Riverbend Springs, and Zelonka, which was updated from the premium edition at the end of 22. So, character, other than the difference in the interface, it's exactly the same as it was in 22. I mean, they may have tweaked the character model slightly, but in terms of options and clothing, all the clothing's almost identical as well. I was a little bit disappointed, to be honest. I thought we might see a little bit more than that, but we've got what we've got. So, there we go. We're in. DJ Goham is in the house. I'm surprised he's not streaming, actually. Maybe later. Let me turn my headphones on so I can hear. In fact, I can't hear the game, which is interesting. 1 second. See if I can. Try that. Ooh, but you've lost the game now. Game audio's gone for you. Right. Hang on. What did I have it on? Oh no. Now I've lost the game audio as well. This is why you don't mess with stuff. Ah! What have I done? Oh, that was good. That's a good start. Yeah, what am I doing? That was not my smartest move ever, was it? What did I do? It's not NVIDIA broadcast, I know that. It's not those. Oh, what have I done? I am a clown. Wouldn't be right if you didn't have tech issues. Exactly, I had to set up a whole new stream for it, and now I've managed to lose my game audio, which is... Oh, is there? Something's playing. Did you hear that? What's that? Hey, Kadek, how you doing? Oh. Honestly, you couldn't make it up, could you? Well, you could, it's me. Well, right, I can hear it in my ears now. So that's good. But why can't you guys hear it? Thank you for holding. Your viewership is important to me. We will get to you as soon as we can. Not game. That's true, we might have some... This is weird. It was working fine. You could hear it, couldn't you? And now it's stopped. I am baffled, slightly baffled as to what's going on here. Can I revoke my like? If that's what you want to do, that's fine. Keep going through these until we find something. I'm just going through settings now. Oh, this is so frustrating. I spent so... You know when you spend so long doing stuff to get it right? Yeah, just make tractor noises. Oh. So frustrating. So frustrating. Just trying this side again. Ooh. There you go. All we needed. I can't hear it, but that's okay. I can't hear it. I'll deal with that before my next stream. But we have audio back. That's good. That is good. Right. Let's push on. Sorry, folks. That is not how we're supposed to do this stuff, but there we go. Right. What should we do? What should we do for start with? Regular stream. Hey, Slick Top, how you doing? Shall we plant some rice? Let's do that. Don't touch anything, exactly. Have we got a rice paddy anywhere we can plant? Got no rice saplings anywhere. Ham and eggs says no sound. Definitely we have got sound. Ham and eggs. Everybody else has anyway. I can't hear it in my ears. That's the only thing. How many key inputs do I have? I have got the farm stick, I have got my controller, and I've got my steering wheel. And the same problems, I will say this, the same problems so far. Yorin, you can hear me? Yeah. If I go closer, is it noisier? How's that? Bit of extra vehicle audio. Okay, yeah, I think I turned it down too far on my levels. Is that a rice field there? Is that a paddy field? Let's have a look at the map, shall we? Let's work out what we're doing here. Rice. We have got rice field straight ahead of us. But it's all ready to cut. So, let's put the planter away and let's go and get a rice harvester. There it is, in the shed down there. We've got a trailer anywhere as well. Need to find a trailer. There's loads of little subtleties. I think the audio is one of the things that I noticed very quickly that I liked. There we go. That was quite impactful. When I heard it the first time, there's a lot more variety. Easy dev, it's already harvested. There is easy dev in the game built in. We don't know if it's an oversight by the devs and they've left it in, or it should be there. This should be, certainly at the moment, the patch that you will get when you download it on Tuesday. They may patch it again over the weekend. There was another download this morning. We also had one yesterday. So, not to say this is the final version, but it's certainly not a pre-release version. Oh, I've already started that. There we go, let's press and hold, now we're on the field. Oh, it's not giving us the field detected for preview, but it's decided it's off and running. So, there we go. Who releases on a Tuesday now have to take the day off? I know, right? Is it not is it a Thursday or a Friday usual releases, aren't they? Third person. Good detail in the third person. The same thing when it caches when you start a new game, you have to pay attention to that as well, so be mindful of that when you first start up. If it's a little bit jerky, that's just the cache starting up. There we go. If it helps, I can't hear anything either. I'm playing mute at the moment. I don't know why. I'm not getting any audio, but I will worry about that later, because if you guys can hear, that's the important thing. That is the important thing. Can I show you the store page? Yes, I will do that, Big Blue. We'll let this run for a little bit. Not seeing anything on multiplayer. Actually, I have got a G-Portal multiplayer server set up, so we can have a look at that in a little bit. I haven't even looked at it yet, but we were going to do some tests. I'm probably going to do a stream with Args over the weekend. Shop, though. Let's have a look at the shop. In terms of layout, there you go. They've changed the filtering of it and stuff. So drivables, they call it now, which is all your tractors, trucks, cars and bikes. Look, they've got a Skoda car in there, which is quite cool. They've also got this. This is lovely. Nobody ever again is going to drive the Lizard pickup, are they? Nobody's going to drive it. It's unfortunately in here, I think, as a token gesture now. A branded Skoda. Yes, zero focus. Not bad, eh? Not bad. And there's the ape. And there's the Aprilia bike as well. And then in terms of... We'll quickly scan through some of these while we're waiting for that to look. But you've got your small tractors, your grape and olive harvest tractors. And then you're into the small fence, John Deere, Iseki, Deutz, little Sammy there as well. Now, one of the things with these, they have said that there's more machines coming, so there'll be regular updates. Remember, they did it with 22 as well. Certain machines, I think the quad track didn't make it into the game in 22 till a few weeks later. So nice to see that that's coming back. That kind of drip feeding of other equipment. Medium tractors, the 7S, the Challenger and the White are the same tractor, but obviously branded different. I'll let you hear that because it sounds really nice. There is Kerminator. How are you doing, sir? Hey, David Dawson as well. Nice to see you. Zetor, Kubota, John Deere, Fendt, Valtra, Case, New Holland, Steyr, all the way up to the Series 8 Deutsch there. And then in large tractors, we've got the big S-Series Valtra, the 9S, which is, I think, so far, of all the ones I've had to go on, the nicest one so far. It's gorgeous, that. Really, really nice. Fendt 900, 7R, the 8R, T8, the 8RT, the 8RX, the AFS Connect Magnums, the 1000, Fendt 1000 series. So, Mark Haythornthwaite, you get your 1050 straight off the bat. But look, this is quite nice. You've got your design line and your Black Beauty as options rather than separate tractors. In the Black Beauty was an add-on in 22, but it's part of the options here, which is quite nice. And then you're into the big boys. 9R, 1100, the 9RX, the old 9RX. We don't know what's happening with the new one. The 820. So we'll just have to wait and see if that comes at a later date. The Zerion 12 and the 715 quad track, looking really good. EU and US without the big flashes on, so that's nice. Now, not every tractor has got that, but I think most of them, or a lot of them, do. You know, even changing of the exhaust there as well. I think some of the smaller ones maybe don't have that as an option, but a lot of the big ones do, which is good. Wheel setups, loads of wheel setups, standard wheel weights, wide tires, wheel weights, duals with narrow twin outers, rear twins, twin wheels all around and back to start. I'm not going to go through all of these, but no options for... oh, sorry, beg your pardon. Crawler track and crawler track broad. So just two options on the 715. Then we've got a few more options on this one. Crawler track, only 4 though. So a few more to go for there. Have I managed to get my steering wheel working? It was working straight off the bat, actually, Andrea. I had no problems with it. I'll quickly scroll through here. So loaders now are all grouped together. Trailers are grouped together, so you've got everything from your low loaders, semis, up to your tractors and loading wagons. Soil cultivation, so ploughs, cultivators, spaders, power harrows, subsoilers, etc., all rolled in together. Same with seeding. You've got seeders, planters. So I quite like the structure of this. Yield improvements is your fertilizing, combines, and forage harvest. I'm surprised these are lower down, and I thought they might be right up here after tractors, but they're a little bit further down. Grassland, so your mowers, tedders, windrows, etc., and balers here as well. Root crops, vegetables, special equipment, grapes and olives, animals, forestry, miscellaneous, which is all your bits like conveyors and things like that. And then all your objects. Hand tools as well down at the bottom there. A few extra ones like the horse brush. I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep up with the chat here. See, there's a good few questions coming in. No tires with adjustable pressures. No. Crofter, how was input set up? My wheel worked straight out of the box. It detected the farm stick straight away. The problem is if you've got a controller and the farm stick plugged in together, it kind of merges the two sets of controls together. It doesn't separate. It doesn't recognise them as separate controls, so it doesn't separate them out. So it's a bit of a faff. I haven't fully set it up yet. But oh, where are you going? Oh, you're on your up and downs now. No precision farming base game. No. And there was never any expectation that that was going to come. It's never been a base game element because it's a licensed product and it requires, I think, some of the universities, John Deere are involved, the European government are involved, so I think there's a load of third parties who would have to agree to have it after they've agreed to have it in game. There's a few. I've not played in detail with the placeable pastures yet, but we'll have a look at that in a little minute, actually. Build menu as well. Yes, we can have a look at build menu. So there is. So the great thing about the build menu, one of the best things, is this. Look at that! You can zoom right out, so you've got a lot more scope to see what you're doing with the build menu, which is good. In terms of stuff in it, you've got your sheds here, and again, you can see the nav here. You've got all the sheds. We can scroll using the left and right buttons at the top here. So there you go. You've got your silos, lots of different options with silos as well. Silo extensions. There's quite a nice little touch with these. If you select one, it tells you that you have to have a liquid manure tank next to a barn or something. So it warns you if that's out of the way, which is quite good. Constructibles. So these are your houses that you build. And there's sheds as well, which weren't shown off in the Constructibles blog. So there are, in fact, 4 sheds as well as the 5 farmhouses, which is pretty cool. You can actually see where you're putting a huge modded shed. It's a small thing, but it's a big thing. Definitely. No undo, although they have talked before about undo being a challenge to implement. So we haven't seen anything more on undo. Here we have got your factories, 3 BGAs at the start, and then some of the usual stuff. So we've got things like bakeries. We have a cement factory. So now your stones can be used to make cement and cement blocks and something else in the middle there. I can't really work out what that is. And then you've cereal factory. You've got a dairy, grain mill, grapes, the usual stuff. An oil mill, paper factory, 2 different sawmills, a spinnery, sugar mill, tailor shop, a debris crusher, a cooper, which makes barrels and buckets and things like that. The rope maker, and the questions about rope, it's going to be made with wool and cotton. Can't really see the menus. Sorry. I will... how do I fix that? Should have thought about this, shouldn't I? Should have thought about this. Let me... do that. Do that. And do that. Just while we have a look at this stuff. And let's get rid of the farm stick too. There you go. You can see the stuff now. So, for example, rope maker, there you go, takes wool and cotton. There we go, tailor shop, bakery, another dairy, potato processing plant, easy for me to say, and preserved food, soup factory, spinnery. But then, this is quite nice, these little productions. So, for a much reduced cost, you can get this little bakery, placeable bakery. We've got a tiny little preserved food factory there as well. Carpentry, a little dairy. Look at that. So they're really nice. So if you're starting early and you don't want to spend a fortune, you don't have to go and spend 300,000 placing a dairy. You can buy these little ones and process them. So yeah, you can have them on your own farm. Great if you're doing a start from scratch or a survival type thing. You can start to build stuff up, which is cool. So I do like those. You've got an oil mill. Great processing unit as well. A sawmill. Small, look, a tiny sawmill. How good is that? So they're good. Little spinnery. even a little spinnery. Look at that. 2 little production machines in there. A little sugar mill. A tailor shop. Tailor shop's just a shed. It's brilliant. And then you've got a bigger bakery here. A canning factory. And a great processing unit. So the canning factory is interesting. If you look at the inputs there, loads and loads of different inputs. So you've got your chilies, you've got your spring onions, peas, beans, lettuce, your rice, your peas, your beetroots, eggs. So yeah, like really opened up a little bit. Lots going on there. Lots going on there. Canning factory is quite big, but yes, that's the nice thing. You can actually see where you place stuff now and probably get a little bit more accurate with your dropping it down against fields and things like that. So very cool indeed. Very cool indeed. Animals, so there's your cow barns, your placeable pastures, things like that. So all of this, not just the small one here, all of these are placeable. Now, there's a few things we've spotted with this. When you put it down, the pasture isn't ready to be used. You have to wait a month before the cows can use it. I think there's something as well that it's not registering as a feed type, so they don't get they don't go up to 100% in terms of productivity. So we'll need to fix that. I think we've reported that as a little bug. But all of these are placeable pastures. Same with cows, horses, pigs, sheep. Now, here's an interesting thing. There's no goats in here. Sheep and goats are classed as the same thing. So the placeable pastures in the buildings for sheep can also be used for goats, which is interesting. Has the rotation of certain placeables been fixed, like silage clubs? I know what you mean, Hamish. So no, there's limited rotations, I think. Let me find them. Silo. I mean, I know this is a big one. This'll only go on 90 degrees at the moment. But you can toggle snapping off. But it still rotates on 90 degrees. And you can toggle free mode. But it still rotates at 90 degrees. So, yeah, if you've got... Say you want to place it... I want to place it on the edge of this field. I can't. I've got to go... Got to find a flat edge for it. So, kind of hope that could be something modders can add in from as a fixed perspective. But our little rice harvest is nearly done here. So I'm going to see if I can find a trailer and unload our rice. I don't think we've got one. I think we're going to have to go with the lizard dragon. Let's give that a whirl. And I'll show what crop destruction looks like after netting, even during spraying. Yep, we can do that. I haven't even tried crop destruction yet, actually. There we go. Let's wait for this guy to finish. And we'll load this up and we'll go for a little drive. Seasons. Let's talk about seasons. As far as I can tell in my game playthrough yet, I'm seeing pretty much no change to seasons. So there's no evidence or anything about, you know, a bale rotting or anything like that we saw in FS19. So I don't know. I haven't played with it heavily, but yes, at the moment it doesn't feel to be any different than 22. I'll put my face cam back on now. I can do that. Thank you for the reminder. There we go. We're back. We are back, but yes, not much in the way of changes in seasons at all. Contracts are interesting, though. We've got a lot more variety in contracts. Baling is now separate to... Well, let me find one. Oh, typically I don't have one. But you can do a mowing contract, which is just mowing the grass and then leaving it on the ground. Baling is separate. So that's interesting. We've also got, look, deadwood here. Ben wants us to get rid of some deadwood in his forest. Each tree is already marked, so we'll maybe go and have a little bit of a play with a contract or two. Hoeing. There you go. So Walter. Rock removal. Oh, we could do that now, couldn't we? Should we do that right now? That's a fun little one. Specific rocks inside the area. There is something that I've found at the moment that I'm not like super wowed by, and that is that when you hit 100% on your contract, it just stops. So you can't, if you've got 2 windrows of a field still to do, you can't finish them because the contract just stops dead. Now you can still use that equipment to go and do other contracts. That's a good point, Tractor. That's the reason they're on 90 degrees rotation, because of the way the silage sits in them. So it might be a game issue with that. Wyatt Tree Andrade, is it better than FS22 so far? 100%. It has moved forward. It has advanced. There's still stuff in there I think needs a little bit of polish, needs a little bit thick. There's a few bugs. You know, it's a new game. It's a new game in 2024. I don't think it's a giant specific thing. I think the ability to release patches over the internet means that look, we're full typically with just a tiny bit of the field left. Means that you can patch stuff afterwards. So there's a point at time that you release it and update it later, which is a bit of a shame. But you know what? They'll resolve themselves over time. Fundamentally, the game is so much better. The higher density textures for me are one of the big things. It feels a lot more realistic. There's a lot less jaggedy edges and things like that. I compacted a silage clamp last night, and man, it looks phenomenal. It looks really, really good. Right in the truck. The textures are still 2D, but again, without the kind of sharp angles, because we've got a higher resolution texture to play with, and the texture map is a lot more dense. So let me see if I can. Is it F5? It's F4. So yeah, you see our little triangles here. Look how small they are. If you did that in FS22, they'd be huge. They'd be 4 times the size of those. So they've added a lot more complexity in terms of densities to the game, which is great. And we're seeing that come through in terms of the detail. Have no life. Hey, if you buy animals, will they actually be displayed in the meadow? All of them, not like 22 you own 100 cows, but you see 20. No, it's still the same, unfortunately. That is, oh look, I've got debug mode on now. Don't want a debug mode on. It says light source. Hopefully that goes away soon. Let me try and work out. Oh, there we go. Got red. Just keep pressing buttons. If you drive past trees, will the branches still clip into the cab? Well, we can do that because we're about to go and get the rest of the rice out of this harvester, and we'll go and sell it somewhere. I haven't seen a production for anything like sushi actually, which is interesting. I would have bet my hat on the fact that there'd been sushi or something like that in the game. At the moment, yes, from Miguel. There we go. Got to go and do our contract in a minute as well. Also, contracts are time-bound now, which is interesting. Sushi mod requested all is there with his notebook. Right, we'll add that in. Right, let me go and find our little rock-picking tool. Hello? Have I done that without taking the equipment? That would not be smart, would it? Right, we'll cancel it then. Because we're stupid. Let's try again. He's not in there. Wood transport. Oh, we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. It's in fact, it's a baling one. Did I see a baling one? Look, I'm going to take this baling. No, it's a massive one. I was going to say if it's a small one, we'll take it because it will give you an idea for how you have to stop in the middle of a contract. We could take that in a little while as well. Some big harvesting contracts as well here. We'll probably do a harvesting contract as well, so you can see. In fact, I'm going to take that one and I'm going to borrow the items for it. So what was that? Field 29. We'll go and do that because there we go. Now, how far is it? And this is where you don't know the map, right? So I've got to work out where I am. Probably miles away. Yeah, miles away, 29 all the way down there, but it'll give us a chance to kind of head around and give stuff a go. Hey Saran, how you doing? I took the afternoon off work, hence the reason I was a little bit later starting than the other guys. But we'll be playing all weekend. I've got a few vids coming out as well of things that I've tested. If you've not seen it yet, my ground def vid, I did a little bit of a test with a few different tractors on ground deformation to see what the outcome would be. I'm driving a class tractor as well. How times have changed. Details are, no, details aren't at max. I've literally turned this on with basically it does a bit of an auto detect on your system and gives you what it thinks are the optimized auto best settings for you. So I haven't really had much of a play beyond that with them because I wanted to get into the game and start playing and working out what was what with it. Suburls, going to take a bit of use to the menus and stuff. It's very jarring. Do you know what? I thought that the first day I played it, I was like, oh, I'm not sure I like this. But actually, it doesn't take long to get used to them. It's just that classic familiarity, right? You're so used to 22 that it does take a bit of time to get used to things. 80 hours of gameplay ahead of Tuesday. This is the Arion 470 class tractor. I've always said I'm a massive fan of class tractors. Big advocate of them, so nice to be able to play them on a game. Right, there we go. Let's head out of here. Might do a traffic test as well. See what that's like. So this is something I noticed in my gameplay. See how it's just shaking and juddering on the road a little bit? I quite like that. Definitely more going on than we got in 22. So in that kind of physics sense. Oh, there's the truck. Right, keep an eye out for the next vehicle coming along the road. I want to see. Oh, well, that's a good point, Bosson. I'm going to press and hold this. No, I'm not. I'm just going to press. So go to. I can set it to target position, which would be the field down here. Of course I am. Well done for reminding me of that. Now, it's actually very good on the roads. I did a little bit of a test on this. One of the things, the wheels bounce around a lot. It's not very smooth, but it doesn't stop the flow being particularly good. Look at that little bit of mist over there as well. That's quite nice, isn't it? So, yeah, there. Do you see it twitching? It's obviously the splines on the road, but it's obviously working out stuff as well. Particularly in yards and things, it gets a little bit confused. Although that turn was nice, a nice turn there with the wheel, isn't it? So it's not bad. I haven't tested it, in anger yet, but I'll keep going. Driz, performance FPS feels at the moment similar to 22. I'm not seeing any massive improvements in terms of, huge FPS gains. No, never saw anybody ask, but does the GPS work with Vineyard work? We'll try and test that at some point, Micro. I don't know the answer to that yet. Of course, I start with the Asian map. Mr. Marcel, how you doing, mate? Nice to see you. So my testing with this has been that it hasn't ever not ended up at its final location, which is good. There we go. GPS works with Vineyard's help or not. Yeah. As is the same with bale. So AI workers can't bale fields, but you can use the GPS if you set it to the same width as your the same width as your tractor. Ooh, blocked by an object. But look, the car overtook us, so that's good. Huh? That was weird. It stopped there, but then when the car went past it, oh, I wonder if it's... Yeah, it's getting confused by cars. Jeremy Friedman, beer fun for a long weekend stream. Thank you, sir. You're a gentleman. Much appreciated. So that is our... No, it's saying it's blocked by an object, but are we at the end? Are we where we want to... Yeah, it's endpoint now. So, I can press H there. And move it off the road. Sell that. JBMTB, they do not work with AI, but I'm going to show you a trick with this, hopefully, at some point. Let's go and get the combine and send it on its merry way as well. So, H, go to... We're going to send it all the way down here. And we can get things started. Like so. So we'll do that. And then we'll come out. Even I'm still trying to get my head around. Look, target is unreachable. Right, let's try that again. I just want to go to the edge of my field that I'm going to combine. There it is. I think it was maybe off the road a little bit. Anyway, it should navigate itself off places like that, Alan, so... Oh, it just got driven into by a car. It takes up... It's almost like the hitbox for the cars is quite big. How long is it going to wait for? How long is it going to wait for? Hey, Mr. John, nice to see you, mate. How are you? Right, I'm going to disconnect this. I'm going to send this back the other way. What if you set the baler width working with the harvest width? So with that does work, Oz, but just with the GPS, not with AI workers. I have done a video on that, actually. So let's send that back that way. Is it going to go? Hello? Yeah. Blocked by an object, but it's then worked itself out a little bit. So he's doing that. Where's our combine? Oh, he's going again now, so it's quite clever. Ah, there you go, drive a few meters then re-engage. They worked it out themselves though, that was quite good. There's some subtleties in here that are really nice though. The more I'm playing it, the more it's growing on me. Look at that car overtaking us. Smooth, it's smooth, look at that. There's lots of little things that just... Everything's just been dialed up a little bit. The graphics, the detail, some of the atmospheric stuff. Ham and Eggs contribute to the beer fund. Thank you, mate. That is brilliant. Yeah, it's just better across the world. How's the feedback on the wheel? Force feedback on the wheel feels exactly the same as 22. I don't tend to play with force feedback as well. I tend to use my centering spring. Let's see if they'll pass each other without. Oh, where's he going? He's actually pulled off the road. Did he just pull off the road to let him pass? Not that he needed to, but that was interesting, wasn't it? Inside the vehicle camera, yes, there's a nice lot of detail inside the vehicles. Mirrors are better as well. There's definitely been an improvement in mirrors. The road detail's great as well. The roads don't feel plonked on the map. Dynamic avoidance, hey? How long did you sit in a room coming out with that cool name? That was very good. Double R with the super chat as well in the vertical stream. Thank you very, very much for that. Much appreciated. Oh, there we go. A bit more dynamic avoidance. Is it going to dynamically avoid the pole as well? It is. Uh-oh. Stop sign not as lucky. Slap dynamic before anything, it gets much more hype. Love it. Love it. So that's moving. Hopefully our there we go. We're right back at here, so it dynamically took the stop sign out. Right, there we go. We're back in it now. Let's pick up the trailer and head back. We'll drive back this time. Do we have normal player sizes? I haven't banged my head on any doors yet, Jan. I haven't tested it, but I haven't banged my head on anything. I see contract info on screen. I assume this is all base game stuff. Yeah, that's right, Casey. There is no mods in the game at the moment at all. There's also something very cool, which I'll show you. It's small, but it's cool. I'll show you when we set up and do some combine. What happens when you crash into an AI car? Oh, Richard, are we really doing this? There you go. Yes, exactly. Jan, are you asking the question as somebody who is a giant in real life? Hey, Double R! With the super chat. Thank you, my friend. That is very kind. No mods yet. Yeah, there's definitely enough to keep you occupied for a little while. Lenny! Thank you for the super chat, my friend. That is very kind of you. Yeah, all the AI cars are routed to the road. Jessica Rocker, no, this is FS25. I have been lucky enough to be able to play early, thanks to Giants, and being a partner of them. They have kindly let me preview it to you over the weekend. So, I don't believe if you pre-order you get early access. No, this is just for content creators, I believe. Somebody just asked about bunker silage compacting. Hang on a second. I'm gonna spoil a vid for next week. Not next week, probably tomorrow. Can you see that? That is bunker compacting in 25. It looks amazing. It looks so good. It's really nice. That is a bit of ground def, and the new silage, the chaff texture is really nice as well. Again, I think I say in my video, that's probably one of the most exciting things I've seen. When I saw that, I was like, oh, this looks so good. Visually, it looks so good. Shane Mealy, do my sim dashboard? No, the sim dashboard will have to be updated. Robin likes that, see? Oh, we didn't look at landscape editor, did we? We'll go and have a look at that. Let me get this to field. It's the same. Before you get excited, it's the same as it was in 22, but it benefits a lot from the higher res terrain textures. Is that a Land Rover driver? So it's stop point here. That's my fault. That was where I finished my. That was where I finished my course. Blades still have a fill level, Ryan. Andrew Isham, sorry I missed you again. Are you referring to third person view? Sorry, third person view. Oh yeah, I haven't showed you that, have I? That's quite cool as well. So much. There's so much. On the face of it, you're like, oh, it feels like Farming Simulator 22 at its core, which of course it's going to. It's a farming game. You know, we're still doing all the same tasks and things like that. But then there's so many nuances, so many subtle things that have changed. So, for example, just hitting C, and you've got your character in the game. And he can walk around his combine. He can run if he needs to, which is what we're going to do over here to get our tractor out of the way. The graphics in the game remind you of 17. Well, I did like 17 graphics. And then you get back into your tractor and your way. Do I might to open server? There will be servers coming, definitely. I'm going to hopefully from day one be able to have free-to-play servers on all 3 of the new maps. So, there we go. quite nice in third-person mode, isn't it? You could see people playing this all the time. Realistic walking. The walking's not bad, is it? He's a bit of a trot. He's in a hurry. He's a man in a hurry. Right. Oh, unfold the harvester first. So what I'm going to do here, because I want you to see how good the AI workers are in on the headlands and round corners and things like that. It is revolutionary. In fact, shall we see if we can do... I probably don't own this field, so I won't have crop damage on it. But okay, there we go. Just scrape that over the top of his car. No damage done here. We're fine. Right. Let's press and hold H. There's our field. 2 headlands. Work the headlands on. You can start on the internals. Now, obviously not going to do that with the combine because you drive over crop, but if you were doing ploughing or something like that, you can switch between the internals and the headlands, but we're going to start on the headlands. You can skip rows as well. We're not going to do that on this one either. 6.2 meter working width. Remember that, because we're going to go and get a baler after this. If it shows up as a contract. Enable crop destruction. All right, I will do. So we would hit go there, but I'm going to just go and check that crop destruction is turned on now and see if we can tweak that. So down here, game settings. Again, this, the nav, you get used to it very quickly. Crop destruction is on actually, but I think because it's a contract, that'd be why we can't do it. But we'll maybe do a test on that in a little bit. Doesn't work with the baler. No, AI doesn't work with the baler. I already know that, but it does work with GPS. So, so we think we were happy with our lot there. So I just press H, and it will roll into a spot in the field, and it will go on its merry way. There we go, and it'll follow around the edge of the field. Now I'm going to stop that there. I'm going to turn on the swath. Oh, that'll be why. It's not a swathable crop, that's fine. Also, the McDonald's swathing pack, 25% extra yield bonus for that. Did the equipment for the contract spawn at the shop? It did, JB. It did. But if you've got, hopefully, at some point in the future, store deliveries comes along, wherever you set your store deliveries is where it will be delivered to. Remember, ahead of the game releasing, as an extra, as a bonus. So if you are undecided, hopefully some of this stuff whets your appetite and you get interested. Can you get some in-cab? We certainly can. No straws canola yet. So it's very cool from that perspective. I will check and see if there's a baling contract actually, because I want to show you. Although we might just add some money and go and do our own baling contract. I'm going to open console here. As you can see, I've already worked out how to get some of the stuff in game. So there we go. Let's add some money, and then we can buy any equipment we need. Oh, there we go. How does the economy and the bank PDA look? Let's have a look while this is doing its thing. So this is quite nice. The whole prices and so vehicles, hand tools. So we don't have any hand tools, but that's all the vehicles you own. Hand tools, finances are in here, pretty similar to 25, other than the design, layout, and statistics. So it's your counts and your hours and stuff. But I do like the fact now that, for example, buffalo milk, there you go. You can see best time to sell, places you could sell here, but also the trends in the money on one page. You don't have to click through to another section. Who's dishing out the gifted memberships? Thank you, Jan. Much appreciated, mate. That flew past so quickly. After the AI stopped starting out, well, it's just going around the corners, around the edges. It does, depending on the angle of the corner, it will drive around them. But yeah, no, it's an improvement. It's doing headlands, right? Let's not get disappointed here, right? There's an improvement of a massive scale. I like how it does square corners as well. This is how you do this in real life. You would cut in a little extra bit here. Also, the canola texture is really nice. It's a lot less. You remember, it was like pitch, like it was just really black in 22. It's got this nice shade of kind of grey. You know, it hits the light better, which is quite nice. So yeah, in real life, if you got to a corner of a field, you would do that. You cut out a little bit more, give yourself a bit more space to cut into. I've lost my chat now. There we go. If you do maximum zoom out, will there still be a render circle? Yes, depending on your settings, there will still be a render circle. I think it's done so optimizing the performance depending on people's different machines. There's a big range of building prices, Ted Cameron. Now you can buy some mini productions which are very cost effective compared to some of the bigger. So you've still got big buildings and big sheds, but you've also got smaller stuff now. JBMTB, I'm using OBS. I am using OBS. I need to work out so I can jump out of my game without it disappearing and you see my desktop. That's no fun for you. It's done really well. The improvements are noticeable when you play it. Like I said, the first maybe 24 hours, it was just, I was like, oh, this is different, this has changed, this is, but actually then, you get used to it. The second day I play, it was like, okay, now I'm getting into the swing of this, and now it almost feels, have trust in the helper, it will go and complete. We will do that, Mr. Marcel, and do you know what I'll do? Let's go and get another contract. Let's do this baling contract. And we'll borrow the items. Now, this is going to be interesting because... where are we? Here we are. I don't like he drives in the crop, though. It doesn't really. I think he kind of stops prior to knocking the crop over. Obviously, in some cases... So one of the big things, it never leaves the edge of the field now. So you remember old Courseplay drove off the field and turned around? And the helper... So I noticed that the other day. So if you quit the game and go away, when you load back into the game, rather than having to go and start the helper again, he just keeps going. It's brilliant. That was a nice touch. Very nice touch. That right, field 34. Right, so let's send our... Crikey, of course. We picked the contracts as far away from set destination. Let's see how he goes off-road here. Going to target. He's off. And at the same time, somebody was asking about ploughing there, so let's get a tractor and a plough as well, because we can have a bit of a play with ground def. I'm loving this case, by the way. So let's do that. Let's put a little bit of extra meat in the engine. Give it a bit of extra grunt. Try washing any machinery. No, we don't wash machinery. That's for farmers with too much time on their hands. We haven't got time for that. Let's go with the Agrimaz. That's a nice size. Give us too much weight over the back of the tractor. And we'll go and buy a field as well. So here's the thing with a field. If you click on a field, look like this. I want to buy that field. Number 2, in fact, I don't want to buy that field. I think I want to buy 39. You can't click... the icons are small as well. You have to kind of zoom in to see the icons, although I do like the way they're color-coded. Let's take field 39, because it's not that big. Yeah, if you click on the field, you can't buy it, but if you click in the number, that's how you buy it. But this is quite nice as well. I'm not sure I want to buy this field yet. I'll go and visit it. I've had a look around, and it looks like a very nice field, so I've changed my mind, and I do want to buy it. Can Can I turn up the game to hear the equipment? I can. There we go. We'll do that. Probably can't hear it because I'm not in a tractor at the moment. There you go, Jeremy. Lots and lots of... I've yet to find a tractor with standard order, or more than one tractor with the same audio. I knew you'd like this, Hamish. So, tractor starting up. Can you hear that? Is that loud enough? Let's pick up the plough. Did he break the volume? Don't touch anything. Right, there we go. We're just going to nip around the corner here. I haven't bought that field yet, so I need to buy that. We'll do that. And we're also going to cheat slightly. I love the fact you can get out and it stays in third person as well. That's quite good. So I'm going to stand here. Look away now, because if Marcel's here, look away now. Let me find it. Field set state. Good, it hasn't been taken out. I thought it might have been a thing that they... So, gross state, harvested, dead, harvested, dead, invisible, loop. Sounds horrendous, just like the real tractor. Game sound is too low. Right, hang on, Walt. There you go. I'll max it out. How's that? Are you tractor now? I've got it cranked up now. So, the panel is nice. We can't work out if it's supposed to be in there or it's a dev thing that they've maybe forgotten to take out, but it's kind of handy. Right, let's spin our plough over because it's facing the wrong direction. Can you open the doors of the tractors in the base game? No, unfortunately not, Alamo. Sound much better now, good. I had it turned down a bit too low, sorry. I need to, you know me, sound and me, they don't go well. So there's a little bit of ground depth there, can you see that? Now let's go first person. So a little bit of ground depth there. It's pretty subtle, but then, let's jump in here, let's not hire a worker, let's go for steering assist now. 2.5 meters, it does the side offset for you, it calculates that as well, which is good. Number of headlands is giving us 5. It's not detecting the field, which is interesting. Why are we not getting the field? Sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't, so let's roll over it again. Game is now. I'm not cheating, I'm demonstrating. There's a big difference. Ooh. So, typically I've bought a field that we can't detect. That's good. That's good. We'll fix that. Hey, FarmSim, nice to see you, buddy. How are you? Should we jump over the road, see if we can have that one? It's quite big, that one, isn't it? Take one. Money's no object. We'll just take one. And get rid of the crop in it. I did buy the field. Stefan! It's a good job you're here, buddy. It is a good job you're here. There it is, straight away. There you go. I'm not demonstrating how to cheat, I'm demonstrating how the game works. It's different. Right. There we go. Now I'm going to flip my plough a different way. So we want to be on this line. So there's your centre line. The blue one is the centre line. But actually we're going to be running on the yellow line to the side of it because the plough is offset. So I press H to activate the helper. Gets rid of all the other lines. It shows you the row you're working on. Lower it down. And off we go. And there you go, we are ploughing. And look what it leaves. Turn stones off as well. I hate stones, they do float a bit. We'll get to the end here. It turns itself off when it gets to the end of the row as well. Or it bleeps anyway. There you go, it bleeps when it gets to the end. Lift. rotate. Plough textures, the multi-terrain angle on plough textures isn't, there's only 4 I think. So I've unfortunately picked a field that isn't at right angles, which is a little bit frustrating, but then you drop your tyre, and also this is worth looking at. If you're lining up against the edge, look at how the ground def works here. So there's your ridge that you've cut with the plough, and then kind of mashes it down a bit there. There's our floating rocks, as you see. You've got a 3D texture and an old style texture as well. GPS lines even fade out when you're already on it for a while. Okay, there you go. I didn't know that. Drop it down again. Off we go. Press H to align yourself. And we're going back the other way. Like I said, yeah, the plough texture, because our field is not that 45 degrees. Now, you could fix that actually. But I know people were saying earlier on, before they'd seen it, they'd seen some of the videos, and they were like, it's just a 2D texture, it's just another normal map that's added. It really isn't. It's proper ground deformation, no question about that. So press and hold H now. So work direction. See, the angle we're at here is giving us that strange texture. So this won't change the texture direction, but you can change the angle that you're ploughing, which is quite good. So I could set one that kind of matched the plough angle a bit better. I've gone too far there. Taking that too far. No, gone the other way. Let's see if we can match it up. I would like to see more multi-terrain angles, to be honest. Set GPS to work in 90 degree instead of automatic. That's what I'm trying to do, I think. But yeah, we've got still out there. Guessing now. 160, let's see what that looks like. Is that close? Close enough. We'll turn it on, lower it down, and we'll drive back over. There we go, it's a bit more accurate. Oh, we've got stuff all over the place because my plough's the wrong way right now. Hey, 4B's in the chat. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. There we go. So, set it to work at 90 degrees, but it wouldn't sort the angle of the multi-terrain angle because the field is not at 90 degrees. It wouldn't set it, would it? You would need to find a field like, and this is the problem with Hutan Pantai. There's nothing on the north-south or east-west vertical. It's all at an angle, so the lines are slightly off. Are those flying pixels supposed to be insects? I think so. Let's try and get this right before we. You have got 5 degree increments, so that I've gone right. Of course, I've gone the other way. 150. Let's try that. Is that it? No. And we might have to give up here. 155. I think that's probably as close as we're going to get. I think 160 might be too much. Yeah, it's just gone the other way. But actually, let's drop that off now, just so you can see. When you drive over it, you're definitely bouncing through it. There you go. And you can see the vibrations in the cab as well, as Leo asks. Bang, bang, bang. Right, let's set it to 0 degrees. I think the problem is, though, that the field isn't at 0 degrees. Let's give it a go, though. right way. Press and hold. Steering assist. Oh, I thought you could double click on it and change it. No, you've got to sit and hold. Scroll down through it. 0. So yeah, your angles are at 0. So your angles are pointing north and south, but if I plough this... I've made a big mess of this bit of the field, haven't I? There we go. Drop it down. Ploughs the wrong way as well. Deary me. Deary me. Thank you everybody for joining me, by the way. It is very much appreciated. I know you have got your choices as to who you can go and watch today, because everybody is live. So I really appreciate you coming and hanging out with me. Oh, okay, there we go. 0. It did work. My apologies. There we go. So it does work. No, 0. Set it to 0. And it does work. And now, right, well, let's tidy this up and get some nice... let's get some nice rows going. Flip the plough over. But it is really nicely done. It is really nicely done. So you get wonky, maybe on some of your headlands you're not going to get accurate lines. There we go. Lined up. I'm all over the shop here. I think my width might be wrong as well. How wide is this plough? DirectX 12 did not give any problems with the vehicle textures so far. Yeah, no. Not that I've seen. I think this width is wrong as well. I'm going to check in here. 2.5, no it is. I think it's because I've yeah, made a bit of a hash of things. Right, let's flip that. Spin things around. Drop back into the gutter here. H to start working. And off we go again. Right, I think we're... Yeah, we've tied ourselves up now. I am flipping for the GPS. Yeah, so it does, it moves the line. I'm overly enthusiastic. So there we go. We're good now. Although I've got 5 headlands on, I'm clearly ploughing through the majority of them. But that's the beauty of the GPS. If you do it like that, you just pick up the last 2 and go from there. So H again to activate, V to lower it down, and off we go. And it does work, it does look very good. How's force feedback? It feels the same as it did in 22, John, to be honest. If I turn, like, I'm going to do this to demonstrate it. If I turn here, the offset should flip with the plough, right? I've got this right. So yeah, see the offset is on the right hand side there, but if I flip the plough over, it flips it over to the left hand side. There we go. There we go. Any plan for a video with the new keys for included GPS? Yes, Chris. Yeah, we'll definitely be doing that. It is nicely done. It is nicely done. Lots of things look like snowflakes. There's yeah, just particles in the air. There you go. Salty ribs. I'm not convinced enough to upgrade from 22 yet, to be honest. Okay, that's fine. That is your prerogative, my friend. There is 0 pressure to upgrade. Yeah, I think ploughing might become more of a thing because it just looks a lot nicer. Or it's not, it doesn't look a lot nicer. It looked good in 22. It's a more immersive thing now. Can you use the plough to make fields big? Oh, now there's a good question. There is a good question. I want to demonstrate this because it's a good way of showing how we've got any tiny fields anywhere. Some small fields. Right, 19 and 20 over here. Of course, they're about as far away as we could get from ourselves. Oh no, we could do 39 and 38 here. Let's create a field by ploughing these two together. And then I want to show you how, I've not tried it yet, so could break things. But let's see if then it readjusts the courseplay course, or the auto drive, or the... They're not the names of it! You know what I mean. Allow create fields, Y. So a lot of the controls are still the same as they were in 22 and 19, which is nice. So you kind of get in, you feel, it feels familiar. Right, let's buy this field as well, and fine, make it difficult for me. There we go. So there we go, we're creating one field here. Now if I head down here, kind of start joining all these up, I want to see if the AI then detects it as one big field. Of course, Mr. Muscle's like, it's not that, it's dynamic, dynamic vehicle interaction tools. So you see at the moment how it's picking up two. It's done a GPS on the right and on the left as two separate fields. I'm intrigued. In fact, I'm going to turn it off so it doesn't reset it and go back. Oh, it's still showing. Mode steering. I want to. How do I turn it off? So we can't see the lines. The road texture being merged with the fields. You like that, Ola? It's nice, isn't it? There we go. I'm freestyling it now. I'm not even using the rut or GPS or the plough in the right direction. It would appear. I think that's the tighter density. So look, GPS disappeared then. That was what you were saying before, wasn't it, Mr. Marcel? Hello, Elliot. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Oh, lift that up. Oh, it's doing. Is it doing something already? Look, it's stretching the field out. See that? So you've extended the field and it's adjusting the course. So if I go down here, we get to a point where it will just blend the two together. That's quite good, isn't it? Let me go back and make sure I catch every bit. So you don't have to worry about fields that you've blended together. And again, I guess that for things like, if it comes back, which I'm, you know, if I was a betting man, I would suggest it probably is going to do that. There you go, it's already done it. It's gone right. Well, this is just one field now. This isn't two separate fields. We've got one field here. Alright, you've got a little bit of a funny angle here, so you probably want to make sure that your edges are neat and tidy. So you don't get... Oh, it's sort... Tell a lie, it's just sort of... You saw that right in front of us. It recalculated itself to a straight edge. You saw that was jiggity-jaggedy, and then it calculated itself. How good is that? How good is that? Alright. It's the first time I've done that. I like that. I'm impressed with that. So it's stuff like this, right? There's lots and lots under the hood of this that start to really change things. Here's something else I'm going to do as well. So you can see this, because it's cool. This is all console players as well. This is across all platforms. Remember, this is not just PC. Everything you're seeing here will work the same on console and on PC. So let me just set the weather time. I'm going to have to go quite far back for this one. Weather set. Rain. So we'll put a bit of rain in now. So the rain's quite nice. It doesn't show up on windscreens. Now I believe that it was supposed to originally. But from a performance perspective, the droplets on the windows were causing issues, so it might come back in the future. Stiggy Wiggy, I skipped 22. Does 25 also allow the AI to deliver and collect? It does indeed. It does indeed. Are Thrustmaster making any console peripherals for FS25? I could not comment on that at the moment, Simon, but what I might say is stay tuned in the next little while. Look at the water on the road though, with the droplets hitting them. So that's quite nice, isn't it? That rain. And then on the wheels you get this kind of glossy reflection. On the cab you get the droplets on the cab too, and on the paintwork. So just that subtle, detailed stuff. Does the tractor reflect in the water on the road? I'm going to say it does, Ola. To an extent, anyway. Definitely something on the road that belongs to the tractor. Puddles in fields. Yeah, oh, I've seen it on the rice paddies, Crofter. I haven't seen it in something like a ploughed state, though. Hamish wants to see me bounce over the ruts. So let's try this. There you go. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Do you sink deeper in the field in the rain? Yes, you do. So I'm going to drive up and down the mud for a bit now. We'll go outside the cab again. Look. Look at the mud on the tyres. How good is that? But better than that, when you get to the end of the field, you go onto the road. Are the interior mirrors useful? They work, which is quite good. When you get to the road, so it drops the mud on the road, you get fined for that in the UK. The longer that you drive on the road, the cleaner they get. So if I stop now, not completely clean yet, but a lot cleaner than they were when we left the field. How good is that? Are there any subsoilers? So yeah, I mean the amount of stuff that modders will have to play with in terms of... Oh, it sits between the chevrons on the front there. It can't get stuck agri-lad, but let me show you this as well, because it's quite good. But we'll pelt down the road here. So I'm flooring it. Got my foot to the floor on the pedal. We're going 33 miles an hour here. Up to the floor. Let's go back to our ploughed field. So you can see we're not dropping mud on the ground anymore either, because they are, other than a little bit of token mud on, they're pretty clean. We don't have precision farming in the base game. So there we go. So we were doing 33, floored it, we were going full speed. when we were on the road. Now, if I... hopefully there's enough time to do this. If I accept... right, I'm going to floor this. Look. It's harder getting away, and I'm only doing 13, 14 miles an hour. So you do get up to speed, but to start with, you struggle to make progress. And in fact, if you go over the ridges where there's more resistance, it's even harder to start. So you've got to, I'm flooring that, and it takes a little bit of time to get there. So pretty cool. And the look at that. That's proper farming tyres. That proper farming tyres. Do the monitors work? There is some stuff in the monitors. Let them load up there. But there's certain things like speed. What's that? Fuel rate. They're not completely... not everything works. But there's definitely some options. If you can see them, because you're getting shaken to bits, because it actually... oh, hit at speed. So actually the physics, if you hit it harder, it bounces more than if you hit it slowly. Which is good. Again, we'll do it over here. Ooh. So yeah, no, it's very different to 22. Put it that way. Very different indeed. Right. Also, you want to see the hail? So not snow. This isn't snow. This is hail. And the noise that comes off is pretty cool as well. Is the motor of the track? Well, it's hidden. This motor is hidden, so you can't see anything. But there will be. There's some of the tractors have animated elements to the engines for sure. It doesn't support more than one motor. I don't know, Amy. Actually, I've not checked that. But the hail is nice as well. You start to get a bit slippy as well when it gets wet. Look, if I slam the brakes on there, watch the tyres slide at the back. So they don't instantly stop. Now, snow, interestingly. Can I put snow here? No, so it only does sun, cloudy, rain, hail, or twister. Just going to leave that there. See if anybody asks. So no, they can't get stuck predator, not with ground deformation, only they'll only run slower. So it's not as extreme as something like Snow Runner or Mud Runner, which yeah, the radios, there are some radio stations, I'm not going to put them on. There we go, Boston first, do a twister! Right, we'll do a twister, shall we? Right, let me work out the order I do this in. So I'll put flight mode on as well, so we can go and find it quickly. So basically we found the commands so that we can mode true, there we go, and then weather set, twister, poof, right. Just got to go and find it now. Go. But look, even when it stopped raining, oh, it started raining again because the twister's close. The rain stays on the fields for a while, or on the roads. So there's your twister. There's it doing a bit of damage. Noisy too. Hey Scooter, how you doing? We did make a full hour and a half full, just to be honest. It's an hour and a half. The first 20 minutes we'll be doing technical issues. It's still not sorted. I'm just going away a bit. You can hear the sound dropping as it does. Does the AI worker stop when it rains? I don't know actually, Chad. I'll have to check that. It is very loud. Look, I'll speed the time up. We're doing 5x at the moment, so if I speed it up, you can see the path that it takes as well, and you can see the destruction through the fields, which is quite good. I've not tested it on damaging a building yet, so I don't know whether or not that's the... Oh, there's a tree's gone as well. Do you see the trees go? I did one the other day, and it went through the forest, and it really did a job on the trees. But look at the amount of damage it does to the crop. That's pretty cool. Formless note, this is the end game release. This will be for consoles as well. Obviously I'm using the console commands to test a few things, but oh, we're going dark, it's night time now as well. So actually I'm going to come down, because night time is another cool thing. We'll just leave the Twister doing its thing. So we are, what, 7:30 at night. Look at the lights in the town. Let's go back to this tractor, shall we? Because depending on the lights, it's pretty cool. Beacon lights as well. Somebody asked about beacon lights, didn't they? We'll just drive through here. So the lights are way better than they were in 22. Would like to see a bit more range up the road, but we're in the field. They're pretty good. And notice, you know, all of Shift F. Turns them all on at once. Look at that. Drive into the Twister. Is it still there? Right, let's go and see. I don't think it'll do anything to a tractor. Too heavy. Controller. Is the pre-release only for Mac and PCs? No. Pre-release is for farming sim content creators. Oh, there you go. There's your... There you go. Driven to a Twister. Driven through a Twister. Right. I'm going to kill the rain. Go, kills. But yeah, look at the light reflections on the ground from the tractor. Look at the moon reflecting in the water as well. That's pretty cool, isn't it? And the fact that it's stopped raining now, but we've still got water on the ground. Sealy P did end up, he did indeed zero focus, but look at that moon! Look at the detail of that! Oh, Enigma, nice. Jonky, any bugs? Yeah, there's a few little things, nothing game breaking that I've found so far, and we've been reporting them back to Giants. The sky is glorious now. I mean, we're early in the evening. Let's skip forward a little bit further forward. But you could actually work at night now. I never drove in the dark. Look, even the see the stars moving across the sky? Drop that down to, it's only 9 PM here. But how nice is that? You could literally work through the night now. Literally work through the night. A little bit of fog sitting over there. Lisab might be happy. He will be very happy. He will be very happy. Wish we could have saw the silage in action in the stream and not on video. We're going to come back later on, Joe, and do a silage harvest. So we can. I mean, look at that. That's with no lights on. Let's. Oh, because I'm in flight mode. There we go. Let's turn that. Actify. Do game settings. I'm going to vehicle control, automatic engine start, so I can leave it running. Turn all the lights on. Look, even though, look, the puddles have gone on the road now as time has passed by, we've still got a few little raindrops on the tractor, which is nice. It's just, visually, it's really, really stunning. Flashlight as well. Got a flashlight, which you actually appears now, which is nice. And it's strong, so you can see stuff. Look at that. You can even see the Milky Way there. How nice is that? Like I said, this has all been about attention to detail. How do I hide my hand tool? There is a way to hide your hand tool, I think. Which hand tool? 1 and 2. There we go. Oh yeah, this is I feel the alert comes up a little too enthusiastically. But that ambient kind of particles in the air and stuff is pretty cool. Let's head into the town. This could look quite nice at night. Finn, we're sure what the animal's like. We'll hopefully try and find some in a minute, Finn. And how's the snow looking? I can't spawn snow actually. I have to find out how to do that. There we go, come into the town now. Nice the way it covers the lashes over the walls and stuff as you go past things. This is my first time driving at night actually. To the lights of the city. Need winter snow cannot be applied when that's true. Is it worth the upgrade from 19? 1,000,000%. The difference between 19 and 25 is staggering. Drive to the bar and grab a pint. There's some pretty huge differences between 22 and 25, but from 19, oh my goodness, you'll think you're in a different game. Other than it's still tractors. you know what I mean. So yeah, lovely detail around the roads, and the glare and things off different surfaces, which is nice. So the metallic of the signs has a lot more reflection on it than the tiles on the road and stuff. G snowstet. Okay, let's do that. Probably temperature's too big. Let's put it back to daytime, shall we? So let's skip forward on time because I want to see. Hopefully, if we speed things up, we'll get to see some fog in the morning as well, because that kind of sits nicely first thing in the morning. You know, again, it's temperature based, so let's see how we get on here. Capped at 360 at the moment. Can I cut some grass? Take out some signs. So yeah, things like signs are all. Can't drive through them or anything like that. They're all elements, which is quite good. What does Torno do with your bales? There's so much stuff we want to test, and you feel really hamstrung without something like Easy Dev to just quickly spawn bales. Traffic's good, Farmer 2021. If you're going slowly along the road, cars will pass you rather than waiting behind you or driving at 1 mile an hour behind you, which is pretty cool. So, try and demo it if something comes along. There we go, we'll start to move through to morning actually. Or 5 in the morning. And like that time of the morning there, the fog's just appeared. See that? And then we really get to have some fun with the lights. So it's that temperature-based kind of fog approach rather than it being sunrise as well over there. There we go, 6 AM. Bit of a flip to the daytime. Knock that down. And there's your early morning fog. This is Hutan Pantai, Finmac. Looking really good. It is looking really good. The fog doesn't feel as oppressive as maybe everybody thought it did it on day one. Try and get up into the trees though and give it a little look and see if we get some of those rays through the through the trees. There we go. Look at that. Go back a bit. From behind the trees. There you go. I mean, that's ridiculously better than 22. Ridiculously better. That whole lighting, fog, mist. I think the whole atmospheric stuff is just night and day. Night and day before between what we saw in 22. Love that. Austin Brown, have you test controller support wheel pedal Farm 6? Yes, they all work. Oh, they all work well. Inputs, you might need to do some kind of stuff around inputs, but in general, it's pretty good. Now, if you haven't already pre-ordered and you're thinking about it and you want to support the channel, you can pre-order it still. You can see in my Nightbot link there in the chat, and that goes towards supporting the channel. So look, even again, the mist sitting around the edges of the map. It's not all across the map. So where there's trees, there's a bit more mist. Where you're a little bit more out in the open and the heat's been able to get to the ground, the mist is less. So it's really detailed. Really detailed. Trees do, in some cases, still clip through cabs, yes. If we can find a low enough tree now to demo that. Oh, just not. There we go, there's one here though. Let's see what happens here. Just a little bit at the edges. Not sure how you resolve that. Fingers crossed modders could bring Highland cows. Well, there is a Highland cow in the year one season pass. Eric, you couldn't help yourself. Oh dear. I respect your desire to not want to spoil it for yourself. Hopefully you won't spoil it for yourself, because I think watching it and actually experiencing it are two very different things. Mike Saunders, can you use my FarmSim wheel on FS25 on PS5? It don't work on PS. It depends what wheel you've got. I'm not sure what the compatibility is on wheels. For, I know you can buy console steering wheels, so I think if you buy a console steering wheel, it should work. But a clear midday, it kind of just looks like the atmosphere evaporated, looks kind of naked. Some general light mist would be nice. So it does hold in the trees and things sometimes throughout daylight. I'm going to speed the time up again just so we can clear this, so you can see when it gets to like about, I think it's about 8:30, 9 AM, it starts to roll away again. Let's slow it down a little bit so it doesn't disappear too quick. But there's a point at which it starts to just dissipate slightly. So there we are, 8:30 now. The sun is quite low in the sky still. So just keep an eye on it. You can see where the twister went through still. There we go, 9:39. Okay, it's staying in the air a bit. It's later in the year, maybe. September, so it's a little bit colder. There we go. But look, you can see over there, we've still got mist under the trees. So some of it will hang during the day. And again, it also depends on weather conditions, because if it's cloudy, cloudy is quite nice actually, because you just get, there we go. I'm going fast here, but you get flashes of sunshine through the clouds, which is quite nice. Only 265 likes so far. I think we can cancel a hype. Yes, 638 people watching. Only 266 likes. Please hit the like button if you're enjoying this, because any difference in ground textures for disc cultivator drilling? Well, let's buy a cultivator or a power harrow. Let's buy a power harrow, shall we? I like this one. Can I use that one? No. Yeah, this one will work. Let's buy that. We'll give it a go. Is traffic still train-like unhittable? Yes, it doesn't move if you hit it, but it also gets out of your way, which is quite good. Oh, don't crash into stuff like that. But let's just do a ground texture test, and then we'll give snow a go. Power it up, lower it down. So I think the textures are quite nice here. There's a lot more rubbish and bits and bobs in there, but look at that. You see where you've ploughed? So, look, you've got residue from the crops here, which is being spat into the ground texture here. But where we've ploughed and turned that under, you get a different texture, which is quite a nice touch. It doesn't turn the whole field. Turn the whole field. So that's quite a nice touch. Is the built-in GPS in-game on console too? It is, Farmer Bob. Everything you see here, there are no differences between the game on release day. The PC and the console versions are identical, and will always be identical, actually. Yeah, missing the US plows. We've got some rippers. We've got a load of rippers in the subsoilers. There you go. Got a few. Granted, no big ones, but they'll come. They will come. We've got some pretty big plows, to be honest, and some pretty big cultivators. There's the Summoner's Super Chisel. 630 horsepower for that. Right, so let's buy that. Let's not mess around with this little one. Let's get the big guns out. Let's try and do a field. Yes, indeed, Bob. You have finally got a GPS. Crop physics, they are much more dense. Finmac even, beg your pardon. So the density is a lot better. Look, we've got kind of a bit of a row thing going on here. These are parsnips, of course, so they are a row crop. Somebody wanted me to check corn. What does corn look like? Is it a little bit more row croppy? The big class 12, yes, we will put... oh, well, there you go. There's Aaron asking, actually, what does maize look like? Here we are with some sorghum, I think. But it's definitely in more pronounced rows. Look at that. So you row crop fiends might be quite happy. A little bit of movement through it as well. Do AI cars move around our vehicles? They do. If you're slow, they will move around your vehicle. Galasace, yes, there might be some updates to vehicles coming as free updates. 653 horsepower. Can we go bigger than this? We need to. No, we max out at 653. Big crawler tracks. Don't need any additional weights. Buy that. This is Hutan Pantai. This is the Asian map. Do rain droplets appear in first-person view? No, they don't. Well, they appear on the cab and wheels, but they don't appear on the windscreen. As me forget to turn the engine on. They are definitely a little bit... I wouldn't say they're geniuses, Leon, but they're definitely a bit smarter. Right, we're not messing around now. We're going to do some damage. We'll throw on the GPS again. Give this a go. See, they're not smart enough to go around him when he's parked like that, though. Which is kind of funny. Happy now. Still some hope. Oh, well, this guy's away. So he was overtaking somebody there. You see that? They tend to kind of over-exaggerate on the... Have I seen a different kind of birds? Do you know what, Freddy? I haven't been looking for them, but I'll keep an eye open for them now. Let's unfold this and give this a run. Let's join the... Well, we've ploughed the two together already, so we could turn this into one massive field now. There we go. Drop that down. Let's press and hold. AI steering assist. That's the one we want. 18.3 meters. Side no or side offset. Work direction automatic. Two lines on. Okay. Let's go. H to start up. And off we go. Only 7 miles an hour. The wipers work in the base game. They certainly turn on when it's raining. When I try pick up headers, yes, we're gonna. I mean, there's loads to get through. I'm gonna stream again later on tonight, around 9 PM UK time as well. So feel free to come back then. Let's see if this will go around here. This is one of the things I tested with the angles. Sometimes, depending on the angle, you have to reset it, but other times it will take the turn. So this time, look, it's actually gone right. I know what to do here, and I'll follow that around. So there you go. FS Minor! How are you, man? Nice to see you. Keep hitting that like button, folks. We're over 700 watching. Over 830 watching if you count the vertical stream as well. So, yeah, we can get that bumped up a little bit. But we have created... So this was a really nice touch. That look, there's some scraps in the field here as well. Out with... So, there you go. The tornado went through over there where you can see that long strip, but it's actually done... The wind has done some damage to these as well. Unless this is... This could be hail damage as well, actually. Am I doing a multiplayer with Args? No, Joe, we're not going to be doing that until Sunday night. Args is away at the moment. Repainting at silly prices now. I keep meaning to check this. I haven't got anything damaged enough to repaint it, and there's nothing in the menus to say anything about kind of adjusting the prices or anything. So either hopefully they've brought it down. Oh, by the way, there's the key controls as well. So there's mouse, but then if you go into here, there's the Thrustmaster, there's my steering wheel, then you've got the sim task, and then there's my gamepad. But at certain points, for example, down here, although I think I might have set it up now, it's the order you have to press them, you have to plug them in, and so if they're already plugged in, it can sometimes mix the two controls up. But once they're, if you plug them in order, so I plugged my SimTask farm stick in first, and then the gamepad in second, and it seems to recognise them this time. There are also, I think if you plugged another one, it suggests to me that there are additional areas here. So if you want to plug a second joystick in here, that would be better. And there's kind of some of the standard crops and growth, vehicle controls and all of that. I actually quite like it. When I was like, oh, I don't like these, but you get used to them pretty quick. You do get used to them pretty quick, and then after a while, you kind of like these. You actually prefer it. Is there collectibles, Mark? There is. Yes. I don't know what they are. I think you have to build the... can I show the rear view mirrors? I can. There you go. They work better, definitely, than they did in 22. I'm just getting to the edge of the field here, so I'm just going to reset my... You'll see, here's a good example of, with GPS, you have to stop now and turn, and when you've turned, it will find the next row. So see, it's turned yellow there now. So I can press H to turn it green, so you've just got to give it a bit of a helping hand there. Which is GPS, right? It's not designed to be completely automated, and that's, if you had AI on there, that would work it out. Are there Australian maps? Not yet, but let's hope our modding community gets stuck into those pretty quickly. Different texture on this cultivator, yes, again. So different to the Power Harrow, different, and the Power Harrow did those 2 textures, which was interesting as well. So I do like these textures, they feel a lot more authentic. Like I said, multi-terrain angle, there still aren't enough for me. But that's okay. They can add in. You have a problem with your Thrustmaster Jules. The slider, FS Minor, the slider. Take that setting out of your keybinds. I know exactly the problem you have. I have that as well. The mirrors aren't adjustable, no. What are the landscaping and painting tools like? Exactly the same as 22 Gallus, but I'll just jump in and have a look at them. Hey, Dan Siegel, how are you? Nice to see you, man. So we'll just do a headland here. The nice thing is you could do a headland on this and then switch to an AI worker, I think. Try that, couldn't we? And leave them to get on with it. Quite a big field now. So again, if you wanted to here, now we're being a bit lazy, I could stop here. And if you reverse, it switches off, but I could then reverse us up to the corner. Get ourselves lined up here. And then press H. Lower it down. And then you tidy up your corners like that. So you've still got to kind of manage it. You can rotate the silage bunkers 90 degrees, Raphael. The Orbis unfolding. Alright, we'll do that. Dan, Balin can use GPS assist. As you said, see, exactly that, Dan. I've already done that in a video, which I'll put out tomorrow. Judo main, it isn't out till the 12th. We are lucky enough to have an early access copy. Thanks to Giants. Oh look! I got an award there. For plowing. Have they fixed MP servers? Were MP servers broken? I do think they'll add more machines in the shop. Yes, FS Minor. I do believe there is more coming, yes. Emilian Bojovic, you have to probably have a YouTube channel with a decent amount of subscribers and be a Giants partner. And even then, they decide who gets it. CB, can you play now with keyboard and mouse on console? I do not know that. I don't have a console to test that on. But that might be a question for the likes of DJ or Mr. Sealy P. There we go. One headland done. Mr. Starr, did you have... I've had about 3 patches since I got this. I got it on Tuesday, and there's been a few patches since then. And then they have already said there will be probably more patches as they find stuff. I did indeed get a bobblehead of it. Yeah, it's sitting up in the box up there. I didn't do an unboxing because loads of other people had already. So there we go. Let's move to our next line. Let's see now, actually, if I put this onto an AI worker. So we've done the headland with GPS. See that little bit of sunshine going over there with the cloud? Quite nice. If I press and hold this, what happens now? If I go to AI worker, the course is exactly the same. We're doing the headlands. Okay, now will it start here? Or will it insist on going back to the start of the field? I think it's going to start on that second headland. That's interesting. Have seasons become more FS19-like? I mean, can you plant at any time for your own risk, or is it calendar forced like in FS22? No, you can only plant when you're allowed to in the calendar, or you can turn seasons off. Who was asking about in FS22, multiplayer servers was trash, laggy, and low FPS. I think you probably had a bad server, mate. And we've run about 10 servers for the community, sometimes with 16 people on, never had any issues. Obviously, certain maps didn't run as well as other ones, but yeah, no, I've never had any issues with servers. Spinach is broken. Oh no, Popeye's going to be raging. What would you... I'm not allowed to rate it until the 12th when it comes out. But is it an improvement on FS22? Is there enough of an improvement to warrant buying it instead of staying with 22 for a bit longer? It depends on what you want. If you like the nuanced improvements, so there's a lot of subtle, like I've said before, a lot of subtle things, the ambience, the atmosphere, the ground deformation, the new textures, the fact it's a lot higher resolution, everything's in like kind of HD 4K textures now rather than what we had before. There's a lot going on, but at its core, fundamentally, it's still a farming game. You've still got, alright, you've got a few more crops to play with as well, but fundamentally the gameplay hasn't changed radically from 22, but then the gameplay didn't change radically from 19 as well. Or we've got some new things as well, like swathing and different things like that. But unless the world of farming changes in real life radically, it's always going to be a variant on the same game in terms of gameplay elements. But the rain, the weather is a lot better. The night time, well, you saw the night with the moon and all of that. There's just, I think, a load of polish and improvements across the board that make it more enjoyable. It's a much more polished game now, which is really nice. Do you get 4-speed back with it? You get a bit. It's like Flight Sim, exactly. You can up the graphics and you can make it a little bit tidier, but at the end of the day, you're still flying an aeroplane. But there's definitely, I would say, for me, personally, and this is not with, I mean, I'm not, Giants don't pay me to promote the game. Like, if I sell copies of the game through my affiliate link, I get a very small little bit of money for that. But equally, I'm not gonna push the game. You can make your own decisions from what you're seeing here, and that's one of the benefits of having a bit of a preview weekend. Is you can ask questions and we can try different stuff, and you can get your head around what's what in it, and you can make your own informed decision from there. It's much better than just kind of seeing it on the shelf, not knowing anything about it, and buying it and hoping that it's going to be good. But from my perspective, if I removing my kind of YouTube farm sim hat, Thrustmaster hat, you can I as a fan of the game, and that's what I am, right? Originally, I'm a fan of the game. I would suggest that this is worth the money. This is a worthwhile upgrade. Definitely. So there we go. Did the GPS with the worker work? Like, so Zinix, what we've got is AI worker here, which works more like courseplay, and the GPS worker works more like something like VCA, vehicle control add-on, or guidance steering by Wopster, if you know those mods from 22. But what you're seeing here is you are seeing an AI worker in FarmSim very comfortably cutting headlands. Not bad backing from an AI. It's not bad, is it? Chris, yes, a PS5 player can play with a PC player as long as you've got the same mods. The nuclear ash, that's ambient. It's animals and dust and I don't know what it is. Could be. I don't know. It could be animals. Could be bees. Is it going to be a Volvo BM Traction 25? I don't know. Yes, on Tuesday we will all have the same mods. I'm going to put up 3 servers, free to play, cross-platform, so everybody can have a go on every one of the maps on multiplayer and see how they do. Rain do not have basically any effect in low level harvesting. What effect will rain have in 25? Still the same, or I don't know, Bojan. Actually, we need to do a probably more detailed test on that to see what's what. But can I show combines? I think what we'll do. Somebody wanted to quickly see ground def again. I know we've done a little bit on ground def before, but we'll just quickly show. It's Ash. We'll quickly show what ground def. We've got quite a heavy machine on the back here, so you can see the front wheels are almost off the ground, but the rear wheels. Now, if you remember back to the build that I had when we were over in the States last month, the ground def was really extreme, and in fact 4D modding, you know, the Irish guys, we had a good chat about it. He thought it was too extreme. He said, like, that's over the top, unnecessarily extreme. And now I think I'd be interested to see what he thinks, because it's a lot more subtle, but it's still very good. So there's a little bit of detail in there. I think it depends on the ground texture as well. It depends on the weather. Loads of different things to take into account. So it's very nuanced now, which is really, really good. It is really good. I'm interested as well, now we've done this texture, what happens if we do it again? Yeah, it changes it again, doesn't it? Look at that. Well, that's nice. We've got different textures for different material, different vehicles, which is cool. Very cool indeed. If you play the ground deformation can be massive, it is, yeah. Yes, there's definitely a lot more movement in the cabs now as well. Even when you're driving along the road, look, let me demo this as well. Let's just dump this in the field. Where's he going now? Is he doing the other headlander? Is it? No, he's moving on to up and down. So I probably shouldn't leave that there. That's the wrong thing to do. Wrong red car, go past. Thank you. See, that car slowed a little bit then. See what we were doing, and then went. Ooh, I'm just going to chuck that on the ground. But yeah, no, if you drive along the road like this, you see things just shaking there? There's just a lot more ambient kind of movement. It's not like it's on rails like it was in 22, and the cab, you know, the bouncing movement. And again, something like the Massey, the whole cab moves, which is quite cool. You should have a look at that, actually. You go over the ground over and over to get deeper and deeper. No, not necessarily. Let's do that test, but I think once it's compacted, it's compacted. But it might do. It's a good test. I like it. William Otley, it is out on Tuesday the 12th next week. AI worker doing the headland you already did. Yeah, that's probably because I set it off after doing the first one. There we go. So no, it does drop deeper, I think. So there you go. There's a bit we've run over a few times, and then we drive past here now. There's one we've done once. Good test, that. I like that. So there you go. Once, that deep, more than once. It's a little bit more pronounced, isn't it? There you go. It is good. It is good. News about when the servers are ready. FSG Boston, they should be ready on the 12th. They should be ready on the 12th. Listen, we said they were better. We didn't say they were geniuses. He's decided to stop now for a cup of tea and a rest. Still in the cab, though. So, yeah, you still got to keep an eye on your workers. Is there a price for free water? Is there any price for free water, Amy? Herzeg, I can't wait to play, starting with FS13 and now a few more days till 25. Time flies. It surely does. Animals still do not time have true collisions. Yeah, there's always going to be a bit of a trade-off, I think. What effect will rain have in FS25? I'd like to find out a little bit more about that. Julian, hello, nice to see you. What time is it releasing on the 12th? I think if you buy the Giants version, you can get it pretty much first thing in the morning. they have no control over what they do, what the other platforms, so Steam and Epic Games and all of those guys, and even PlayStation and Xbox stores, Microsoft Game Stores, they'll release it when they're ready to. Let's jump over to the other map, I think, and we'll do a little bit of baling, combining, a little bit of demonstrating of how we can make the balers work, because that's quite good as well. I am going to stop soon, actually, but that's not to say that I won't be back later. One thing, because I'm really hungry. I didn't have any lunch. I literally ran home, fired up the game, and a few IT issues, and then we started, so... but we will jump on later. Let's go for Riverbend Springs. I will have a start farm, but I'm going to be a farm manager with a bit more cash. Oh, it's capped at a mil. No loan. There we go. That'll do. So Riverbend is kind of good. Does crop moisture play any role? If not, I hope somebody makes them. I don't think it does, Yakko. I think it's pretty standard at the moment. Yo, can you try to go on the carrier with a vehicle that's over 22 tons in reverse? Oh, the boat. Yeah. Thanks, Ed. I will do that, mate. So what we'll do, we'll very quickly combine a field, and we'll bale it so you can see what happens with that. And then I think we'll take a little break. We'll go away. I've got some more vids to edit, so I can knock a few of those together. But if you're interested, come. We're going to go again around about... I might do it at 8 PM tonight, UK time, which is in... How many hours from now? 1, 2, 3... Well, it's 3:15, so 4, 5, 6, 7... 4 hours from now, let's say, give or take. I'll put obviously a... I'll obviously put a new stream up, ready to go. Confirm. So let's just... There is a combine in the field. My G-Portal code is FSG, ham and eggs. 3 hours 45. Thank you, Christoph. Any news on the Steam release? It will be released on the 12th. After 3 years, this is a poor turn. What do you mean, Jonathan? What do you mean this is a poor turnout? Yeah, they're not willing to give a time. 12 CET, there you go. This old Massey combine's lovely, by the way. I don't know why it's not connected. I'm not lined up to it. Seems like a pretty... Yeah, I think you're in the minority there, Jonathan. There's a lot of people, me included. I think there's a lot that's been done. Maybe not on the surface of things that you wanted to see, but there's definitely there's a load of improvements that have gone on here. Right, let's put this on, and we'll hire a worker for this. Let's put the swath on. The old Deutz Fahr has gone. No, I don't want... I want the swath on, please. Don't be losing my straw. I need my straw, man. There we go. There. You gonna... Yeah. That's the swath. Right. We won't use the swather now, we might do that in a little bit. I will test some corn tonight, Joe. In fact, we could probably find a field now, actually. Got any fields of corn? There is 13 up there. Let's go and visit our field of corn. Visit. So we want to know if this is a bit row croppy, don't we? We want to know if the spaces between the rows are more pronounced. And I think they probably will be, based on Probably it's the wrong growth stage now. Let's change the growth stage. Field set state. There we go. Growth state. Green big. Green small. Let's get rid of the weeds. Invisible. What do we think, folks? That looks a little bit more row croppy, doesn't it? Now, the interesting thing will be what happens when you go around corners and stuff like that. Does it follow the line? Pretty good. Oh yeah, somebody was asking before, can you see details inside the engines? This is a really good example of how much stuff is going on around the combine. Like even the chains and the movement and stuff like that. It's good. So while he's doing that, we're going to get into this. I'll let you listen to the engine on this, it's quite nice. So we head up to the shop. Am I going to try snow? I'll try and work out how to do snow. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll go and do the baler, and then the last thing we'll do is try and spawn some snow. I've lost my bearings completely now. Should be going that way. Is silage still king of cash crops? We will find out later, Travis. Problem is with the challenges we've got with missing out on easy dev and stuff like that, we can't do any quick tests. You have to kind of work through the whole cycle to do it. But we can do that. That's okay. Snow, thank you. Yeah, there's a lot more going on the tractors. For sure, there's just a little bit more movement, a lot more independent parts and things like that. Am I going to do a survival series? I'm sure I will at some point. Not quite yet. I'm not going to jump into kind of let's plays and stuff like that. There is so much to discover in this game. I think you probably see a lot of how-tos and how does this work and what do you do with this and things like that over the first few weeks and months as we pick this apart and discover new stuff. Obviously we'll try and fit something in as well though, because I know people like that might keep that for the streams and things and do the vids for the how-tos and stuff. I haven't got this really ramped. I'm not playing this in 4K, I'm only playing this in 2K at the moment. But I'm going to kind of have a bit of play around and finesse my settings at some point. What do I want? A baler. Do we want round or we want square? What would you prefer, folks? A little crone. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Should we try a round baler? Benny Banman, this is Riverbend Springs, the US map. Round, round, round. Get around. I get around. Here we go. Get it hooked up. So we're going to demo GPS with this. There we go. Are there any vintage machines? Well, this is a vintage machine. Depends how old you are, I suppose, doesn't it? The spinach harvest is pretty cool, isn't it? Can't remember which side of the road I'm supposed to be on. This is right. Buy twine. It includes it automatically. It's an option in the store to do it manually. Ricardo, welcome my friend. Only downside of the mirror is how empty the store looks with all the mods everyone has. Yeah, I know, right? You think, oh, they've got 400 vehicles in the game, and then you open the store and you're like, actually 400 is not a lot when you think how many mods we used to have. Can you show the seeders how many no-till versions there will be? I can certainly have a look at that, Nick. Yes. No worries. Oh. What did I hit? Sign. I saw the sign. It was too late. The signs were there. They're no longer. I'm reading the chat. That's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. Are there any vintage tractors? So, on that note, let's just go and have a look, shall we? For Zach. There's nothing like old Zach, but we do have Somebody said the old Deutz had gone, but it's not. It's there. There it is. The Agro Star, which is about 1980 something? Something like that. Don't have any beacons on this tractor. I have reflective beacons on by default, Patrick. But I don't think, like I said, I don't think there's any on this tractor. Oh, who's that with the gifted memberships? I missed it. I have to go look and say thank you. Oh, it's Farmer Hamish. Thank you, Hamish. Very kind of you, sir. Now I've got to tab it back. What a gentleman you are. Thanks, Hamish. Right, so we go onto the field like this. If you wanted to use AI workers, you would press the H button. However, all you get is the go-to menu with no other options. So you cannot bail with the AI workers. But you press an old H, go to steering assist. I know the width of our combine header is 6 meters. So if I bump it up to 6 meters, 2 headlands, lines are on, okay that. Look at that. Our GPS is in line with the swath. So you can roll it. So this, I remember console folk, this is for you. We can, we've been able to do this with GPS for a long time, but for you guys to be able to drive in a straight line to pick up your swath is good, isn't it? So you get to the end of your row here, just stop, reverse a little bit, make sure you're lined up until it goes yellow, press the H button. I'm going to put on automatic drop, and I can't hear my bleeper, so I'm going to have to watch it from a there we go, Z, automatic drop, from a volume perspective. I need to sort my what I can hear. There we go. We'll get to the end. Let me just about get around this corner maybe before we run out of straw. Nope, going to do it right on the end of the field. Probably not bad actually from a combine perspective. I like the way the line goes grey once you've finished that pass as well. H again. Our first bailout. And off we go again. So it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I mean, that's what the compass is for. I'm going to stop here, just let the combine get through his way. So again, we'll just show how this can go round corners as well. As the combine sorted himself out. Ah, the old Deutsch top round combine, right, got you. It'll turn around here of its own accord, which is quite nice. Now this is interesting, it gets to a point here where it can't make the turn. You actually have to disengage it and re-engage it at this point. So it basically turns get over a certain angle. Super Farm Sim, you are a legend, sir. $4.99 super chat there. You are a gem. Thank you very, very much. Oregon Trees is in the house too. Not seen you for ages, mate. Nice to see you. Cohen, Bogard, what do you think of all the missing equipment, as in JCB Fast Track missing and only a few class tractors? They have said there is more tractors and vehicles coming. Did I stop it? Was the AI worker? It was going to go straight on at that point, so I'll run over my swath there. That wasn't very clever, was it? Although, look, see what it does with the swath. Get the tyre marks on the edge of the swath, which is quite cool. Right. Shall we try and spawn in some snow? Just to see that we've done it. And I tell you what, If you want the snow, hit the like button. No. What did you put in before, Ed? Snow add. It didn't work. Yes, snow add. True. Thanks, Red Tea. Alright, yeah, let's try it with a number on the end. Snow add. Let's go for 4. I don't know what that means. Why can't we see it though? Is it because it's summer? Or is it just taking a while to spawn on the map? Trees do indeed have more weight, yes. The assistants definitely are smarter. I wouldn't say they're geniuses. Okay, so there's different snow heights there. Let's just try, I don't know, let's try 15 then, let's go mad. Yeah, it's not showing. That's annoying. We'll have to come back to that. We'll have a look into that. I miss trying to, actually... You see that bouncing over the, bouncing over the swath? GS snow set, shall we try that? No ad. No set. 5. Failing isn't as good as Courseplay, but room for improvement. I'm sure Giants will automate it someday. The GPS assistant for humans is still a great improvement for console. Yeah, agreed. Right, I'll work out how to do the snow, and we'll have a look at that, because it does look very pretty, doesn't it? In the pictures we've seen. There's a bird, there's a bird rapidly flying across the sky. Right, I'm going to have a little bit of a break, go and get some food, go and edit some videos, and we could chat in December, actually. GS month? I'll work it out. I've got a list of all the commands later on. So, right, we're going to head off. Please come back later, because we're only just scratching the surface here. We'll maybe do something a little bit more structured next time. We'll maybe do a silage harvest or something like that, and we'll get a bunker compressed and things like that, and take things from there. Let's head over here. Oh, LR Modding's in the house. Hello, mate. How are you? We'll just do this.
How's it going, kiddo?
You get called kiddo a lot by Walter. Who can help me around here? Let's chat. Let's chat.
Sure.
Any wisdom to share? Walter Wisdoms.
Yes. Have you heard this one? A farmer's footstep is the best fertilizer.
These apparently give you contracts as well, but I haven't bothered to sit and go through all the layers of conversation yet to find out what's what. So hopefully we'll be able to do that later on. But yeah, for now I think we'll call it quits. I'll go and get something to eat. You guys go and do what you need to do, and let's regroup later. Let's say 8 PM UK time. So in a little over 4.5 hours from now, we will kick things off again, and yeah, we'll try some other stuff. So have a think in the meantime. If there's anything you want to see, love to see you back here. Thanks for the support. Thanks for so many of you joining as well. Been like 700 people across both streams, which is amazing. So much appreciated. And we'll dive in and have a play with some of the stuff later. And I'll try and see if I can get it playing out of my headphones this time, because it's kind of boring listening to it on quiet. So take care, and we'll see you later. Bye for now.